Hello Knights, I'm Manuel with your sports update for the week. In basketball, the UCF women's squad hosted the Cincinnati Bearcats earlier this week. The game started off with both teams trading leads. The Knights held a 28-27 edge as the game entered halftime. Junior Aaliyah Gregory led the Knights in scoring for the second game in a row with 22 points. The Knights beat Cincinnati 64-44. The Black and Gold will travel to Memphis, Tennessee to take on the Tigers on January 28th at noon Eastern. For the men's team, things did not bode as well as they did for the women. The Knights hosted the Southern Methodist Mustangs on Wednesday. The Black and Gold trailed 35-26 coming into halftime, but sophomore B.J. Taylor led the team in the second half and helped cut into the deficit. Taylor scored 20 of his 22 points in the second half, and sophomore Taco Fall recorded his 9th double-double for the season. These performances, however, were not enough to erase the 9-point halftime deficit and lost to SMU 65-60. Switching it over to the NFL, the annual league tradition that is the Pro Bowl is coming to Orlando for the first time. The league discussed important topics and upcoming projects planned for the local area. Pro Bowl festivities began with the press conference at Lake Lorna Dune Park earlier this week. The NFL Foundation and Florida Citrus Sports unveiled plans for a new multi-purpose field as part of the NFL Play 60 campaign. Retired defensive back and Pro Bowl Legends captain Charles Woodson addressed some of the issues that may come about.
This week, we'll all get to talk to all of the guys that were fortunate enough to make the Pro Bowl and talk to them about their experience here in Orlando. And whether they like it, whether they don't like it, we'll get to hear that candid conversation from those players.
Community residents and NFL volunteers and the Pro Bowl Legends captains took part in a tree planting ceremony at the park after the conference. These groups helped transform the area into a family-friendly zone, encouraging fitness and fun. In more NFL news, the Super Bowl 51 is almost here. This past weekend showed who will be heading to Houston, Texas for the big game. In the NFC, the Atlanta Falcons hosted the Green Bay Packers for the conference championship game. The Falcons routed the Packers 44-21 and took their second conference pennant in franchise history. Over in the AFC, the Pittsburgh Steelers traveled to Foxborough, Massachusetts to take on the New England Patriots. The Patriots beat the Steelers 36-17 behind the arm of quarterback Tom Brady. New England claimed its 7th conference title as a franchise and its 6th title with Brady. The Falcons and the Patriots will contend in the Super Bowl on February 5th. The game will air on Fox at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. That's all the time I have for your sports for this week. Back to you, Cammie and Eric. Thank you, Cammie. Well, if you look over here, Tallahassee and Tampa will be having the hottest temperatures for today at 80 degrees. And Jacksonville and Orlando will have slightly cooler days with 74 degrees for Jacksonville and Orlando with 75. And over in my hometown of Miami, we'll be sitting at 75 degrees. Now, I want to talk about the lows since across the state we'll be experiencing a 14-degree decrease in temperature, with Tallahassee sitting in at 57, Jacksonville sitting in at 59, Tampa with 62 degrees, and Orlando with 61. And again, Miami this time will have the highest temperature at 70 degrees. As for rain, we are in luck. Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Orlando, and Tampa show 0% chances of precipitation. A brief shout out to my folks down in Miami who are unfortunately experiencing a 50% chance of rain. Unfortunately, you guys are probably being poured on as we speak. Now let's take a look at this 5-day forecast. Today we will be experiencing fairly consistent temperatures throughout Saturday and Monday, with temperatures of 82 degrees and 60 for the high and 62 degrees for the low. but temperatures are expected to increase slightly on Tuesday with 85 degrees for the high and 63 degrees for the low. That's all I have for your weather for this week. Back to Cammie and Leah at the desk.